Introduction: The Invisible Rules of the World. Have you ever felt like there's a conversation happening that you're not part of? Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and instantly command respect, while others, despite their talent, are consistently overlooked? The truth is, we live in a world governed by power dynamics that most people refuse to acknowledge. They think that being good or working hard is enough, but history and human nature tell a different story. Power is a game. It is a social skill that requires you to understand psychology, human weakness, and the art of strategy. If you don't learn these rules, you will always be at the mercy of those who do. Today, we are going to break down the fundamental pillars of influence and strategy. This isn't just about getting ahead, it's about survival, mastery, and becoming the architect of your own life. Call to action. Before we get into the first chapter, I want you to do something important. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Why? Because this video is a masterclass in human psychology that you won't find in any textbook. If you want to stop being a pawn and start becoming a player in the game of life, you need the insights we share on this channel every week. By subscribing, you're investing in your own growth and ensuring you never miss the tools you need to succeed. Let's dive in. Chapter 1: The Foundations of Power and Self-Control. The journey to influence begins not with others, but with how you position yourself. The first rule is perhaps the most dangerous one to break: never outshine the master. We all want to show off our talents, but if you make your superior feel insecure or less intelligent, they will find a way to bring you down. Your goal should be to make those above you appear more brilliant than they are. When they feel secure and superior because of you, they will naturally lift you up. At the same time, you must be extremely careful about who you trust. We often turn to friends when we need help, but friends are the most likely to betray you out of envy. Instead, learn how to use your enemies. An enemy you've won over has more to prove and will often be more loyal than a friend who takes you for granted. To maintain this control, you must master your tongue. Always say less than necessary. When you speak too much, you appear common and out of control. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. Powerful people impress and intimidate by being brief. Silence makes others uncomfortable. They will rush to fill the void, often revealing their own secrets and weaknesses in the process. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Guard it with your life. Without a strong reputation, you are vulnerable. Once it is established, you can use it to win battles before they even begin. But if your reputation is stained, it is incredibly hard to recover. Be consistent, be reliable, and make sure that the world sees you exactly how you want to be seen. Finally, in this chapter, remember that visibility is everything. What is unseen doesn't exist. Do not get lost in the crowd. Stand out. Create an air of mystery. If you are unpredictable, people will stay obsessed with trying to figure you out. Be a magnet for attention, whether it's through your achievements or your calculated behavior, because being noticed is the first step towards being powerful. Chapter 2: The Art of Strategy and Social Manipulation. Once you have mastered yourself, you must learn to navigate the people around you. Power is not about doing everything yourself, it's about efficiency. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. This might sound harsh, but it's how the world works. Why spend your own energy on tasks that someone else can do better? By using the wisdom and skills of others, you save time and appear to have godlike efficiency. However, never let people become too independent. Keep people dependent on you. If they don't need you to survive or succeed, they will eventually discard you. Your value lies in being the person who holds the keys to their happiness or success. The more they rely on you, the more freedom you have. In your interactions, always win through your actions, never through argument. A verbal victory is hollow. It creates resentment that lasts forever. Instead, demonstrate your point. Let your results speak for themselves. If you argue, you are trying to prove you are right, but if you show results, you prove you are powerful. Be careful of the infection of others. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Emotional states are as contagious as diseases. If you associate with people who are constantly in crisis or complain about their bad luck, their negativity will eventually drag you down. Surround yourself with the successful and the happy. Their energy will fuel your progress. Lastly, master the art of the selective honesty. One sincere move can cover a dozen dishonest ones. By being honest in small, unimportant matters, you build a trust bank with people. Then, when you truly need to deceive or protect your interests, no one will suspect you because you've built a reputation for being truthful. Chapter 3: Psychological Warfare and Mastering the Crowd. Influence is as much about what people think you are as it is about what you actually do. To lead or influence, you must learn to play on people's needs to create a cult-like following. People have a desperate need to believe in something. Give them a cause, a ritual, and a vision. Speak in vague but grand terms. If you promise a better future, people will follow you through the present fire. In this game, information is your greatest weapon. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. By asking indirect questions and observing people when they are relaxed, you learn their true intentions, their fears, and their desires. This information allows you to stay 2 steps ahead. When dealing with opposition, you cannot afford to be half-hearted. Crush your enemy totally. If you leave even a small spark of resentment or a small part of their power intact, they will wait for the right moment to seek revenge. If you must remove an obstacle, do it completely so they can never return to haunt you. At the same time, learn the power of absence. If you are always available, your value drops. Scarcity creates value. By withdrawing yourself at the right moment, you make people appreciate your presence more. Let them feel what life is like without you, and they will respect you more when you return. Also, remember to keep others in suspended terror. This doesn't mean being a tyrant, it means being unpredictable. If people can predict your next move, they can prepare for it. If you change your patterns and act in ways that defy logic, they will spend all their energy trying to understand you, leaving them no energy to oppose you. Chapter 4: The Path to Absolute Sovereignty. To truly reach the top, you must change how you view yourself. Do not commit to anyone. By staying independent, you become the master of others. When you commit to a side or a person, you lose your leverage. If you stay neutral, both sides will compete for your favor, and you will remain the one in control. Furthermore, recreate yourself. Do not accept the identity that society or your parents gave you. Be the architect of your own image. Change your style, your tone, and your behavior to suit your goals. People who can reinvent themselves are never boring and never predictable. One of the most effective social tools is the surrender tactic. When you are weak, do not fight for the sake of honor. Surrender instead. Surrender gives you time to recover, time to annoy your conqueror, and time to wait for their power to fade. By surrendering, you hide your true intentions and live to fight another day when the odds are in your favor. You must also learn to play a sucker to catch a sucker. Sometimes the best way to win is to look less intelligent than your opponent. If they think they are smarter than you, they will lower their guard. They won't suspect you of having a grand plan because they think you aren't capable of one. This intellectual camouflage is one of the most powerful ways to move undetected. Finally, concentrate your forces. Don't spread yourself thin by trying to do 100 things at once. Find the one source of power, the one key person, or the one major project that will give you the most leverage, and focus all your energy there. Intensity always beats extensity. Chapter 5: Mastery of Time, Fluidity, and the Final Law. The ultimate stage of power is understanding that nothing is permanent. You must master the art of timing. Never seem to be in a hurry. Hurrying betrays a lack of control over yourself and time. Always seem patient, as if you know that everything will come to you eventually. Learn to wait for the right moment and strike when the fruit is ripe. In your dealings, disdain things you cannot have. By ignoring what you cannot get, you show that you are superior to it. If you complain or struggle for something out of reach, you look small and desperate. If you can't have it, act like you never wanted it in the first place. This takes away the power that the object or person has over you. Create compelling spectacles. People are moved by what they see. Use symbols, grand gestures, and visual drama to communicate your message. A great image is worth 1,000 logical arguments. If you can capture the imagination of the crowd, you don't need to convince their minds. Perhaps most importantly, think as you like, but behave like others. If you flaunt your unconventional ideas or your superior intelligence, people will think you look down on them. They will find a way to punish you. Instead, blend in. Share your true thoughts only with a trusted few. To the world, appear as a common person with common values, while secretly following your own unique path. The final and most critical lesson is this: assume formlessness. Like water, you must have no fixed shape. If you have a rigid plan or a rigid personality, you are easy to attack. By being adaptable, you can survive any environment. Don't rely on the strategies of the past. The world changes and you must change with it. Be fluid, be unpredictable, and never let anyone pin you down. Conclusion: the game never ends. Mastering these rules isn't about being evil or manipulative.